feel me?
Now, you're married.
Yep.
You're married.
Yep.
But you have a child with someone that you're not married to.
Yeah, that's work.
And Stiff, you're not with the mother of your daughter.
No.
What is that relationship like?
With my
Okay, I'll put it this way. Well, let me filter this question. Are you aware, like when you're in front of your child, with your child, how you treat their mother?
Yeah, so oddly enough, so his mom got remarried.
Okay.
And so his stepdad was married before, and he had other kids too.
Okay.
His stepdad's relationship with his ex-wife is not the same as my relationship with his mom.
Okay.
And so he recently said it to me a couple months ago. It's like, you and my mom get along. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not that we don't get along, but I know personally, like, I get on her nerves,
you just
and
don't
she
let
gets
them
on
see
my
it.
nerves. Yeah, I keep it.
Yeah,
I keep it, but it's like I keep it up. Like we're not trying to do the most either. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we're literally talking because of this kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all our conversations around that, and so like it's been a weird time because you want to be cool.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but it's about figuring out what cool is though.
Yeah.
And you got to know what your cool is. Like some people can have like overlapping things. Yeah. We went on a cruise together.
Okay.
Like all our families, which was
damn. That's
way
beautiful.
More uncomfortable for me. No, it was more. Everybody else, like the kids had a good time. It was cool because it's like my son I think about him.
See y'all interacting with each other.
Not just that. I just think about him a lot, as far as like he has to split his time.
I can't even see it.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like
about a trip.
It's not a bunch of kids who are like splitting times. Like it's either like people see their dad when they see him, people see their dad like, but it's like no, he's like. The middle of the week he has to go, you know, this and there, and then the middle of the week he has to go there. So it's like emotionally, it's like, what do that feel like? You know what I'm saying? So I try to think about that more than a lot. And so like I know that, you know, this relationship, it's tough to have to work with somebody you never was gonna be with again. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
with me and my son's mom, we co-parent very, very, very well. To say that we're friends is a stretch because it's. Like, it's still fresh for us. It's still fresh. I put it that way. It's still fresh. Things just changed this past year. So it's still fresh for us. We still, just this past Christmas, we hung out together. We went to Kalahari together. We're still friendly. But I am very aware of, I want my son to see him and his mom interact. I never wanted to feel like, yo, that's just my baby mom. I never call Amari my baby mom. Like, I feel like when you call the other parent, like the baby dad or baby mom, that's literally all they is. You know what I'm saying? So I never refer to that because we got a better relationship than that. So
you blessed,
I'm
brother.
Very aware of that.
You
know
beyond blessed. I give kudos to you. Yeah. My whole situation, and your mother, your child went to school. The mother of my child, and she know my baby mom's. And I say that because that's just what she is. And I agree with you 110%. She's not a very happy person of us not being together, and I understand it. I understand it to an extent, but I also understand us growing up. You got to get over it. It is what it is. It ain't about us no more. And I feel like some people don't like that transition. They don't handle that transition well.
It takes longer for people to get there. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you get
most definitely understand that, but at the same time, I feel like when it comes down to a lot of things that I used to do and want to do, once I had my child, it changed everything. So. If a dramatic change as in me and you not being together, it's not going to be an easy transition because I'm not going to act like everything was just easy as not being together. Like I didn't have my petty moments. You didn't have your petty moments, but the shit get tired. Yeah. You know what I mean? So once you get to that point where you like, I don't even want to keep arguing with you no more. I don't want these problems. And they still on that. It's stressful. So like you said, y'all went on a trip together. I couldn't see it. You know what I mean? Y'all went to Kalahari together. I couldn't plan it.
Could you see it like you at 4, he at 11? Could you see it like and maybe?
I don't never see myself getting to that. Just on the simple fact of how much stuff that she has done and said to me, and how she used my child as a pawn. A lot of the situations don't need to be called for, and I'll never trust somebody like that again. Like I said, it's different between me lending you some money and you not giving it back to me. You blew my trust. I get it, but you playing with something that's literally my heart. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So with all them type of things, situations, I feel like that right now. You don't know what the future may hold, but right now I don't want that. I don't want to kick it with you. I don't want to skate with you. None of that stuff. I said I don't want to do none of that.
Literally.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
In my situation, like you said, you can't even see it. I just sat down for dinner with my kid, and after that, her husband was like, "Yeah, we all family now." Literally 3 months ago, on my son's birthday, when I had him at CJ Berry, they were calling the police.
And that, stuff like that.
I'm literally spending time with my son on his birthday.
Yeah.
You're trying to get me arrested.
Right.
Now we sit down in front of each other like every
Did that?
It's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah.
Like you said, if I'm cool now, like I said, she's married, 2 other kids. I shouldn't even have to be worrying about.
It's never that.
Shouldn't be no drama. Like you already got your own life.
Nah.
So why are you?
It seems like Marcus wanted to say something, but he
drama
can't
can
say
always
it.
drama can always arise, but it's like I said, like that trip thing was a trip thing that happened for like my son. And it's because it was for his birthday. He wanted,
and that's what I'm saying.
He wanted everybody together.
I want to at least
but
do
like,
that.
Everybody was separate. Like I said, like, but time, don't try to rush nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's hard to say though. That's
no,
hard,
but it's like
hard
you
to
just
do.
because this shit not promised.
You gotta let,
This
but
shit
you
not
gotta
promised.
let time. You gotta cook. Like it takes
It's
time
hard
to cook
in
the
moment
cake.
to be like, yo,
and
all right, I'm
It
gonna
takes
wait
time to
out.
cook the cake. You cut the
I
cake
feel that
early, it's gonna be a
110%.
mess.
Yeah.
You let it cook
110%.
right, you're gonna be able to slice it up and divide it.
Yeah.
But like, it took time. But it's like I never, like in the beginning, I was more angry. But you know what I'm saying? Like I've always been there.
Yeah.
But it was like it would be betrayal because like I'm like naturally I'm like a person. I'm just operating off of like I'm gonna believe you. I'm rocking with you. This is what we supposed to do. Cool. Like when we broke up, it was all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we was living together. You can stay here to the lease up. We parting.
Yeah.
Whatever. We still gonna raise him. Boom. But then it's like once other stuff happens, and you still got like you know who that person is.
Yeah.
And you can't ever forget who that person is and what their motives are and how they are.
Yeah.
So it's like keep it clear, set your boundaries and what it is. And once you set the boundaries and it's like you stand firm in it, then it's easier to operate. Like once you try to blur the lines and like, you know, like play both sides of the fence, it's going to get really hard because somebody's going to get taken for granted.
I know I can't relate at all, but my wife and I always had conversations because shit ain't always sweet.
Yeah,
like that's shit ain't always sweet.
Absolutely.
But it's always the conversation that's like, yo, if this ever go left for whatever reason, you cheat, I cheat, I blow a bag, you blow a bag, it just don't work out. Whatever happens, this child comes first, and we have a friendship. We had a friendship before this. Like me and my wife was solid. I mean, listen, I understand y'all all shake. Everybody here shaking their head.
I'm in the same boat.
That's
we friends. We're
that's
friends.
all established until
It happened.
that change.
That's what I'm saying.
Because everybody's gonna say the right shit when everybody's gonna say they got the
You
right
think
answer.
you gonna think logical when you hold a conversation.
Everybody
But
has.
But
once
it
you
also
got
depends
emotions,
why the relationship dissolves.
And I think it's also about like your age. Like my wife about to be 30 in a couple months, and I'm 30. So it's like if this shit happened in our 30s, I don't see us holding grudges. Like we didn't had 15 years together, so it's like, all right, maybe you was just my 15 years piece, and then let's move on.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You gonna look at
Sound
it
wild.
like that.
That does sound wild.
That's what I'm saying. You
But
might
I
look at
understand.
but you might look at it like that, and that's what I had to understand. Like it don't matter how logical the shit might look to me, or how much of a to me as it might look. Females have a whole different type of outlook on emotion.
Because you think men think it's either this or it's that.
Oh, if a female will sit there and take 2 + 2 and turn to 147 and will break it down to how she did it, and the shit will fuck your head up because it will add up. You hear what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. So you got to put all these things. Like I when we first broke up, me and my baby mom broke up. One of the things she said, "You ruined my happy home. You ruined my dream. You ruined." And I had to think about what her dream was. Her dream was a white picket fence and dog outside.
Of course.
And I'm saying, what white movies is you watching? Because that's
I've
never seen that in the hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't thinking baby mama, baby daddy, but I for sure was thinking no white picket fence. You know what I'm saying? But just the fact that she thinking that detailed into her future only tells me how detailed she was to the emotion. Now, just because.
Did she ever have? Sorry to cut you off, but did y'all ever have that conversation?
And that's what I'm saying. That's where it comes into. She want me to be somebody that I didn't know who I was. You get what I'm saying? So I'm 21. I don't know.
So the baby was the change in your relationship.
The baby was a big change in our relationship. On the simple fact was, I'm now all right. I didn't want to be here. That's how I look at it. I didn't want to be here in the first place. Now we got a baby.
Were y'all
right?
together at the time?
No. So it's like, all right. So let's go ahead and try to figure it out. Let's see what we gonna do. Now was he messing around? Yeah, like that was my, you know what I mean. But I was doing my thing. Like you know what I mean. I had 4, 5 females. Yeah. She got pregnant. Okay, cool. Let me see how this work. Yeah. Let's make it work. We had the baby. I cheated on her during while she was pregnant, and she found out we broke up. All this other stuff. So with that going on, I tried to sit there and rekindle what we had and do the stuff while still messing with my current girlfriend. Yeah. So with me dealing with my current girlfriend, seeing how she treat me, how we handle each other, and seeing how my baby moms treat me, how we handle each other, I started seeing like, okay, I like her more. Mm-hmm. But then I also start seeing like, damn, I'm here because of the baby. You know what I'm saying? These are the emotions I'm having for the baby. I don't want it to happen to neither one of y'all. I don't want to see y'all ever catching the bus. I don't want to see y'all ever need for nothing. Mm-hmm. So I let them emotions get the best of me. Mm-hmm. So when I start realizing, all right, this is not for me. I need to do better by my child only. I need to let this girl live her life and do what she want to do. She didn't take it as me being mature about the situation. She took it as, you don't want to be with me. You don't want your family. So that just trickles over to a lot of the things that's going on in my life now. My daughter's staying in Texas now. I'm not happy about it, but I'm dealing with the distance off of what I did years ago. But I learned how to take it with a grain of salt and understand, like, she's not reacting off what I'm doing. She reacting off what I did. And she's still hurt by that. Like, I got a boyfriend and everything, so you still worry about me for it? Because that's not what you really want. I know what you really wanted. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's just, like you said, you figured it out. It took time. And I got faith that over time it get better, but at the same time, I don't really see it on the simple fact that I'm too damaged, and the fact that I know that I'm damaged is what's making it worse. Okay. Because some people react not knowing how they react. I'm reacting because I know I can. You know what I mean? And it's just different. It's just really different.
When it comes to parenthood, have y'all considered like therapy at some points?
Yeah.
To be a parent.
I think therapy. You talking about therapy in general?
In general.
Oh, for sure. I know for sure I'm broken. Like I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, like I have. It's a bunch of trauma I'm dealing with and just holding on to. So it's just like, of course. Am I actively in therapy? No, I was at one point. Just scheduling kind of got the best of it. But like what I do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, podcasting is therapeutic. So it's just like, but I also need to sit on somebody's couch and just chill. Like podcasting is kind of, it's not really therapeutic because I'm also we drinking, we having fun, we partying, we doing all these things. It's not really beneficial, but it's like I'm getting it out, I'm getting the information out, I'm getting my feelings out. But it's like it's nobody to restore the value of like, hey, you feel this way because of this, or hey, you should try this. Yeah. It's just a bunch of drunken opinions at that point. So yeah, I mean, I think therapy will make me a much better parent. Yeah, therapy. I think it's important.
I think I'm 50-50 on therapy. With the whole having to hire somebody to tell you what's wrong with you is where it gets to me. The whole thing of real therapy is realizing things about yourself and going through those emotions. It's a lot of things about yourself you're not gonna like, and you have to go through those emotions. You have to realize those things. And I had to realize, okay, like I said, I don't think I'm a great father. I think I'm a good father, because I had to realize, all right, you might be doing the top 7 things, but the other 3 things you're not doing. Mm-hmm. And some people be like, well, that's good enough. I didn't look at it like that. Mm-hmm. I beat myself up about it, and I didn't realize I was beating myself up about it. I didn't realize the stuff I was doing to my girlfriend. I didn't realize the stuff I was doing to my child because of stuff that I went through as trauma. You know what I mean? But me sitting down with somebody not going to, because they don't know me. You know what I mean? I'm only going to give you what I tell you. If I wasn't expressing myself before, why would I express myself now?
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So I just look at it like that. Like, if I can't express myself to my girl, a person who I'm supposed to trust 110%, how can I trust somebody that I'm paying some money to?
That's crazy, though, because a lot of times the issues be her.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't really.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So
you need a biased opinion as well.
Yeah, like you said, we don't do this enough.
Yeah.
We don't sit down as black men and talk. Yeah. This is therapeutic. Without you having to, I don't feel like you judging me. I don't feel like you judge me. I don't feel like you judge me because we all fathers going through the same stuff. You looking at this doctor with a PhD on the wall telling you like, yeah, you might be bipolar when really you had a bad day. You know what I'm saying?
It might not even necessarily be that, because I don't think everybody needs to go because they're a therapist and they're a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of two different sides. To it. So some person that you can go to that just you can talk to, get whatever you're going through off your chest, kind of vent to. Because like you said, you might be going through something with your girl. You can't even.
Yeah, most definitely.
Right.
And I've tried that.
Yeah.
I've literally gone to somebody while I was feeling some things and I was expressing it to them, but then I literally during that conversation realized that I was feeling these things because of that person. So it was just like shit.
Yeah.
Right. And so I haven't started. Go ahead.
Sometimes what I was gonna say, where you're saying like sitting in front of somebody else that you don't even really know you, it could be beneficial because they literally spend time understanding how the human brain works.
Yeah.
So that's their expertise. Where they might not know you, might not even be a problem. It's just sometimes we're too close to our problems to really see that they're a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like I said, like I said, I'm 50-50 on it. Like I said, you might really be able to talk to somebody, get that stuff out, and they might help you realize some things about the stuff you didn't know. But like I said, a lot of people don't want to sit down with themselves and have them conversations. Sit down with people and have them conversations. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm 50-50 on it. Because sometimes you don't need a therapist. You need to be real with yourself. So people will sit there and go to this outlet and expect somebody to fix them when they not trying to fix themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like I guess I'm 50-50 on it. If you really down to the point where you have nobody to talk to, by any means, do it. But if you can't hold a conversation, like for example, I got dudes I call just to check their mental. You know what I mean? Like a lot of men not doing that. Like they call, talk about the sports, talk about the hoes, talk about that and the third. But I call like, are you good? Like anything on your mind? Like you want to get off your chest? Pull up on me. We smoke one, talk about it. You know what I mean? Any type. And they be like, damn, bro, I needed that. And I'll be like, bro, I just want niggas to be good because you never know what somebody going through.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't think like this. Oh, you being sensitive. Oh, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like just being a soft shit because that's how we was raised. Not to be, like I said, like you even said, your dad don't show no emotion. Your dad didn't show no, my dad didn't show no emotion. Like that's just what it was. And we not realizing that we traumatized from that because we not expressing ourselves the same way. Because like I said, I wouldn't express myself to my girl at all. And sometimes the problem was her, but at the same time, I go, like, you in the entertainment business, sometimes money ain't up. Sometimes you ain't making the money you want to go to. And you can't sit there and say to your girl, I'm broke, I can't get no money. It's a confidence, ego thing. You should, I didn't want to talk to my girl about those things. I was talking to these other hoes about it, though. You know why? Because they didn't know me for real, and they could hype up the ego. You get what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm 50-50 on it. Like it's just you got to be able to talk to yourself. Like realize who you want to be, who you want to be. Because like I said, if I'm realizing I'm fucked up in the head, I gotta fix it in the third. I need to see a therapist. The fact that I'm realizing all the shit that I'm going through, all right, bet let's go see one. But if I'm like, oh shit ain't going right, I need to see a therapist. Ain't really no real effort. You're not doing nothing for your mental for real because you could have solved this at the crib.
Like, I mean, that's where that's why the conversation didn't go well with my dad, or confronting him, because you can see, like I said, when you're too close to a problem, you can't really see it. Other people that are around you can see it. So I'm looking at my dad growing up, like you said, my dad was my man growing up, but then as he started to express himself and tell himself or tell me different things about what he was going through and his struggle, it was just like the way he handled it. Like he was telling me all this fucked up shit with a smile. Like how you tell me that you took my mom up against the wall and she got on the nerve with a smile on her face.
Trauma.
For me to be like, all right, yeah, that's how we supposed to get down.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and he couldn't even see that the story that he was telling me was pushing me away.
Yeah, my mom and my dad I never seen my mom and dad fight. I never seen them argue. I never heard my dad speak bad on my mom, and they wasn't together for years. I heard my mom say little slick stuff, but she was more in the sense of, all right, you gonna find out for yourself.
Yeah,
type attitude.
I think that's how most of our moms was like. All right, you gonna find out.
But the whole thing is different now for our generation because you got like you said, internet play a huge factor. You got people making statuses, being upset, tweeting about you all crazy. So I don't talk about my mother and my child on the internet. I used to, but I not anymore. So the fact she still does.
Yeah, because like you said, when your kid get old enough, they gonna look all this shit up. They gonna look all this shit up.
And like I said, they gonna see these things.
Take long though.
And I even that it's more in the sense of they gonna be old enough to hold a real conversation with you, so where you can say, hey, What is it that you want to know? Yep. Tell me what you think I did so I can tell you exactly how it went. Because if I can tell you some stuff about your mom that you start seeing some of the same tendencies, you'll be like, damn, my mom is like that.
But the tougher part is that it's not going to be the old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get the opportunity for them to be old to have them conversations.
Exactly.
Because, like, kids now, like, you learn how to Google. Like, this is a part of school. Mm-hmm. So it's like the names that they know how to spell their dad name. They know how to spell their mom name. Mm-hmm. And that filter on Google ain't gonna filter out statuses or you know what I'm saying, whatever. And so like that stuff come up, and like conversations is tough. Like my niece's dad is in jail. Google, she was just Googling her name because he has her name tattooed on him. It came up. She in school. She embarrassed because the other kids saw the Google search too. Yeah. Like, oh, your dad in jail. She tried to deny it. Her dad he still don't want people to say he in jail.
He away.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of that you gotta have. You know what I'm saying? So the conversations come at you. Yeah. Like you don't get like our parents had the opportunity to have the conversation with us.
We didn't have it come.
Conversations come at us.
That's what I'm saying. It's real different now with that because, like I said, it's different from like some of the stuff. Like I knew it was wild when I figured out not to talk on the phone and argue with her. Let's text.
Oh yeah.
Right. So we'll text, and I talk to my daughter later, and she be like, "Daddy, why you being mean to mom?" And I'm just like, "You can't read." So that got me thinking.
They can read you though.
That's no. But main thing.
But she's saying something.
She's saying something. You know what I'm saying? She's on the phone talking to her friend, and I never did that. I never like my daughter will never sit there and say I disrespected anything about her mom. I don't call her name or anything like that. Even when she's not around. The simple fact that my mom didn't do that.
And interpretation
is everything.
Is a beast. He ain't had to do nothing. It's how she took it.
And like I said, my daughter will sit there and be like, I don't want to talk to you because you being mean to my mom. And I'll just be like, your mom being mean to me. Mommy, stop being mean to my dad. Like, she's so quick to switch roles so quick. Yeah. It's like, cause she don't know what's really going on. That's what I'm saying. She a kid. So I never put in that position like, you go in there and tell your mom to be nice. And like you said, come with patience and stuff. Like your son be like, oh, daddy play with me. I'm childish. I'll be right there playing with the toys for a good hour. Yeah. I'll get to going with you, all type of things. Cause I didn't have that growing up. Like you said, making up for certain things. That right there, I feel like I'm making up for my own time because I used to be in there Power Rangers by myself. I used to be in there. You remember the big carpet you had with the city on it?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I used to be in there Hot Wheeling it up all crazy by myself until I had my brother. You know what I mean? But it's just different. With my daughter, I'll sit there on the iPad. Come on, let's watch a video together. Come on, let's watch like that one movie Coco.
That's my shit, dog. Coco
hit different.
Listen, that goddamn Oscar De La Cruz. I hate him. Listen, I was sitting there so mad. But the one again when she was when he was singing the song to the grandma that her dad used to sing her. I'm sitting there tearing up like, man, this shit hit. And I look
Coco
down,
different, man.
She crying too. She like, Daddy. I'm like, come here, baby.
Coco
I'm getting the
different,
whole there, but it's just like little stuff like that. I wasn't having these emotions before. I wasn't having these, that shit making me cry. Oh, this shit got me all emotional till I had my daughter. You know what I mean? So like I said, it just changed everything when it comes down to how we was raised and how we raise our kids now. So like, I was just extra like cautious the things I say and do. With me being an artist, I'm gonna have to say wild shit. I'm gonna have to do the wild shit. I'm gonna have to be in all these wild things. But I gotta understand, I can teach my daughter this ain't what it gotta be. You know what I mean? Because I honestly got the same dreams I got for her, I got for my son. I want you to play basketball. That's all I want you to do. I want you to go and play basketball. But I gotta be realistic. She might want to be a cheerleader. She might want to be a makeup artist. She might want to be a sports. Like she could be anything she wanted to be. But the fact that I'm right there, like, yo, do that shit, is what matters. Because my dad wasn't right there. Yo, do that shit. You know what I mean? Just being like that. And my dad wasn't like that for my sister, and she still ride for him. So I already can only imagine how she gonna ride for me when she get older. I'm just like I got older with this shit. You know what I mean? Having to deal with it. And it's just like everybody go do different stuff. It's scary.
Well, we're going ahead and wrap this up, man. We over an hour in. Is there anything else that y'all wanted to say, even about where you are as a parent? Like, what? I'm gonna ask this final question. What, like, your child is an adult now, what would make you feel like you did a good job as a parent, as a father?
I think just one thing I would say is you remember. Like, I think you and I kind of similar as, like, you remember the lyrics that kind of raised you. and I don't want really the lyrics to raise my child. I want them to remember like things I said, like morals and principles and values that, you know, like they're so instilled that you just say it. Like those old phrases that our parents said that, you know, we kind of regurgitate. Yep. I just want those things to kind of carry on and like her to be successful. Huh?
Are you writing your quotes down?
Oh yeah, quotables all the time for my child. But it's those things like I always tell her, like Brown Skin Girl is her favorite song because of the message in the song. Like that song has such a message in it. It's like my child is light, so it's like I need her to understand this. Like, nah, you a brown skin, you're black, like you're black, and this holds value, this holds weight.
It's beautiful,
and you need to know that because right now she's in classes with white kids, so it's like I don't want them to ever like diminish who you are, or I want you to know where you came from, who came before you, and why you were here. Like, so those are the things that I think when we get to 18, 20, that's go.
That's something else I definitely want to touch on as well. My son is in a mixed school. It's literally it's white kids, there's the swirl kids, and there's black kids.
Swirl kids.
Like I don't like. How protective are you with?
Very.
Well, what about you?
Finish before I answer this.
How protective are you? Like letting him know, like, yo, don't let no.
So
like,
nobody
you know
touch your hair.
So this is,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm getting at.
My daughter had I'm sorry to cut you off. My daughter had a situation in Texas where the little girl was talking about you can't do this with your hair and stuff like that, and that really hurt my daughter's feelings. Mm-hmm. And I had to, like, I was almost on a flight ready to go down there and fight this little white girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I had to explain to her, like, look, it's a lot of things she can't do with her hair, baby. Absolutely. It's a lot of things she can't do in life. It's a lot of things that she never going to be doing in life because you are black. You know, like, and being on FaceTime, her seeing her face crying and how sad she was, and at the end of our conversation, she's smiling and feeling herself. That shit really stuck with me. So, but me personally, I've never been with a white woman. I'm all right with it. It's cool. I'm not for the swirl. My mom's white, but I'm not for the swirl. Okay. I'm a pull up parent. So I pull up to the school and we gonna have some conversations. I'm having conversations with the teachers. I'm having conversations with the kid. If the kid parent there, we can have a separate conversation. Yeah. Whatever needs to be said is going to be said because I don't play about my baby. Like I don't play about my baby at all. I won't get my baby on my
and I've been in a situation where it's like a kid was like kind of, I got there and I was like kind of in the background and I seen the kid take something from her. I snatched it from him, hit him with the like little hip check. He went flying. So it's like, yo, be blessed, bro. Like,
one thing I say, my baby mama ride for my baby. I give her that.
Okay.
She ride, like, we be at the parents' conference, other teachers say something, I step back, do your thing. She get the cutting up.
Yeah, I put my kids in black spaces. Okay. I don't even like, so my kids, like, now they're in predominantly black spaces just because I believe I live, walk, and talk the black everything. And but right now we in this crossroads because, like, his mom moved to Trenton. So she wants him to go to school in Trenton. Wow. And I'm 100% against it just because he's been, you know what I'm saying, like, he's been in, like, so all he knows is, for lack of better words, is black excellence. So he's gonna see, like, his school, his principal is black, his teacher is gonna be black, everybody around you is black. Like, I believe that I believe in diversity and all that, just to kind of get to know each other and, like, how people operate. But I think coming from where we from and, like, raising, like, I have boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have boys. So it's like I'm trying to protect them at all costs because nobody else is gonna give him a chance.
It's you know what I'm saying? It's two-sided for me. Like, my wife graduated from Country Day, so it's like to be a black girl to graduate. She lives on the east side too. Like, so it's like to be a black girl to go to Country Day, graduate, and then she went to Howard for college. Wow, it's like
culture shock for her.
Yeah, so, but she never switched up. Like, I've seen her I've seen her in high school. I've seen her in Howard. It was the same person.
Very important.
Because she had roots. Like, she had roots of your roots is what matters. So it's like, I know my daughter will probably go to, like, I think she's going to go to, like, a public school or a charter school for, like, elementary. Like, when she gets into elementary. Right now, she's still in, like, the daycare,
preschool stuff.
Yeah, the preschool stuff. So it's like, that's very diverse because it's downtown Detroit. So it's like obviously everybody that works for Dan and all them are down there sending their kids there. So it's like I would say the education she receives is like a different level. Like it was like she was speaking Spanish shit too, and I was just like, yo, like how do you know how to count to 10? Like yeah. So it's like those things. Those things. Oh yeah, she in Texas. She got us.
She in Texas,
but she was doing it. She was doing it before.
I was that happened in school.
But no, it's just like. But I get exactly what you mean because I need her to have. So I don't know if it's elementary, if it's middle school, or if it's like high school. I need her to have.
I'm gonna hold you up. I ain't even into like. They don't have to ever like white people gonna be here for the rest of our life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Else. I think right now, this is just me and my thinking of it. Like if I can, like I live in Detroit, work in Detroit, play in Detroit. Like you can. Everybody else is cool. I just want to protect them in them certain spaces because
I agree with you.
I know like the thing is I don't have a problem with the other places, but like when she moved to Trenton and Trenton came up, I said, hey, let's go to the school. And because I need like I'm that dad. I'm here. I've been here every day since.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying. But I need to go. We going to the school. I want to see.
Is she the same way, like very like pro-black, like black spaces?
It's different.
She just wanted,
I won't say all that. I ain't gonna do all that.
And I feel for you on a black space thing, but like I feel like from coming from experience, from knowing my roots, knowing where I came from, my mom's being white, my dad being black, knowing both sides, I never felt like I had to switch up, like, cause my mom from the hood. No, what I'm saying is when it comes out to your son, like having to go to a new space and protect that space, I feel like one of the main things I remember as a kid, my third grade teacher, I went to Timbuktu, which was a African school, but I remember all the teachers that went there. Certain things is gonna stick, and the fact that he went 11 years of knowing black excellence, he put him in a different space. I feel like he gonna thrive because he like.
Sure. No, I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about him switching up. It's about the same way the stuff I want to protect. Yeah, like I'm not ready for.
Yeah, but I feel
those
like
things.
It's others.
No. That's what I'm speaking of. I feel like it would be great for him to go through these experiences to understand, because a lot of problems we have nowadays with these kids, we protecting our kids too much from, because a lot of things that we learned from the hard knocks, because your mama sent your ass outside, go figure it out. You know what I mean? You come back and ask questions when you wanted to. Now, not saying throw your son to the wolves, but what I'm saying is if he can go in there and realize, hey, it's going to be people out here that don't like me. It's going to be people out here who don't respect me. It's going to be people out here, but let's see how I handle that pressure, because regardless of him being 11 or 18, he's going to experience it. Regardless of him being in your house, going to any college he wants to, he's going to experience it. After college, he's going to experience it. 30, 40, 50, he's going to experience all this fucked up shit that happened to us as black men.
I can also understand as a parent being afraid for that.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. That's where afraid
like he's the minority going to a majority white school.
And that's what I'm saying. That's
scary.
Like
a handful of black folks.
It's literally a handful. Like that school is.
That is scary.
You know what I'm saying? It's for sure scary.
That school 95%. And the thing is, like my thing, it's not even about the kid.
It's the education.
It's not the.
That shit different.
It's no diversity in the staff.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying. So it's like
that too.
So that's when I'm talking about protecting it. It's not a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a teacher there.
So,
like it's not a person.
As a teacher,
you know what I'm saying?
I can relate, because it's like as a teacher, the students that I'm teaching now and the students I taught last year, they had the privilege. They had 4 black male teachers their freshman year in high school. 4 black male teachers their freshman year in high school. People barely had 4 black male teachers all 12 years. So I mean, you in Timbuktu. I
only went there 1 year, but I can honestly say I only had a hand. Like I can really count on one hand how many white teachers I had. Off the simple fact that I went to Go Lightly Educational Center, a ghetto school. I went to Go Lightly. I graduated in 07.
I thought Go Lightly was OTEC.
No, it's an elementary school.
Something different.
It's elementary school.
Yeah, the elementary school. And we had we had probably one white teacher named Mr. Boyd, and he was cool though. So like I said, we only had like 1 or 2 white teachers, and we had nothing but black people. So, but when I went to Ferndale, dealing with a whole different type of diversity, I'm dealing with more white teachers but we had our 2 or 3 black teachers still, and they was young dudes too. So that's what made it better. So.
Like I know you.
Like I said,
I can relate.
You know what I'm saying? It was certain stuff you can relate to.
You probably don't remember Mr. Pitts.
I remember everybody from Golightly. I went there. Miss Pettit, Miss everybody through there. We gonna rap, but it's just a different type of vibe. Like I said, I moved to Pittsburgh, which is a predominantly white city where they hate black people. Dealing with these things and just being 17, 18, like damn, I ain't know these things go on. You know what I mean? It really is scary. It's way more scary than you think. Being not knowing about it, thinking this is how it's supposed to be, then actually, all right, I was 11 years old, got called a nigga, and that shit pissed me off. I beat that little white boy up, but it is what it is. Yeah. I know it goes on. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna get mad at him for that. You can get mad at school. You get what I'm saying? But it's
snowball of that. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying. But that's regardless of.
Gonna be in something else.
But you gotta understand that's regardless of y'all being at school or y'all being out to eat. Somebody being racist, like you said, it's the conversations you don't know when it's gonna happen. So you never know. He can go to this school, get into a sports program, be one of the best top players in the league in any sport that he play, or it could go to we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But if he got an opportunity to do better for himself, education wise, take it. But even if he do good through Detroit public schools, black teachers his whole life and get a 4.0 GPA, he not going to no black school. Is there really any black schools?
Colleges?
There are.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand the black colleges that we talking about, all these schools are named after white people. So like I'm saying, is there any really dominant black schools that's really ran by black people? It's kind of hard to get in the Howard.
Colleges or high school?
Colleges.
You got Howard. You got Morehouse.
Look that name up. Who was Howard?
I don't know.
Oh, that part I'm not sure about.
That's a white man.
I ain't know that. Yeah.
Spellman was the wife of a white man. Like I'm telling you, all these colleges that we talking about are white people started these things. We don't have nothing for us. And like I said, do your research. Look them names up. Howard is not a black man.
Okay, so to wrap up, Jay-Z has answered this question already. But like, once your child is an adult, what makes you feel like you did a good job as a dad?
Just her knowing who she is and accepting herself, like being happy with herself. Like I said, I don't have no plan for her because I don't know how she may feel. We tend to put plans on our kids to make them be something we want them to be without them knowing who they want to be. So as long as she knows who she want to be, she happy, and she's living her life the way she want to live, I'm proud. Like, I don't care if she's one of the top bottle caps savers or something, whatever. Okay. You happy, baby, you happy. You know what I'm saying? As long as she know who she is, she happy, I'm happy.
Okay. Marcus?
For me, it's them just being able to, like, really take care of themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing, like, how he said earlier, like, you know, if your dad sends you to 40 and you, like, bet, but, like, just them being able to, like, take everything that we taught them, take everything that they learned along the way, and just be able to, like, start their lives, like, post out the house. Like, not after 18 or whatever, but, like, when they're ready to pick up and go and do their own thing, is that they feel confident and comfortable enough to, like, you know what I'm saying, do that. Like, whenever they, you know, ready. Because it's like, when I was coming, like, I had to get out the house because there wasn't no room.
We had to get out.
Like, it wasn't even nobody put me out.
You could stay.
It wasn't, like, I couldn't stay at the crib because it's like, I can't sleep in a bunk bed no more.
We don't put ourselves our kids in a position to win. We got to make them, you got to work how I did. That's not what we worked for.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep in a bunk bed no more. Nah. You know what I'm saying? So
I'd be glad if he's an adult and he could still look like my dad still. I can still stay with my dad, you know.
But he's not gonna be clowning though.
You know what I'm saying?
He can't be clowning.
No, absolutely.
You gotta have a plan. Yeah, you gotta have a plan for sure.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm never forcing him to be like,
I ain't gonna push him out
right now with a spoiled brat. Like, you know what I mean?
For me, it's just that once my kid is an adult, just being comfortable who he is. Don't ever try to feel like you need to fit in anywhere. Just being who you are. If you a weird kid that like anime or like collecting bottle caps or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Anime. Or, you know, you dress in a certain way.
It was a comma there. It wasn't the same kid. It was a comma.
Yeah. It was as long as you're just comfortable with
weird
who you
kid
are,
like anime.
That's all that matters,
man.
That's all that matters. You know, you're not out here like robbing people and, you know, committing crimes and shit like that. That's of course. You know what I'm saying? As long as you hurt yourself and nobody else and you being who you are and comfortable in that, that's all that matters.
Don't be good.
So,
don't be good.
With that said, man, I am extremely happy this is the first episode of, I guess I got to find a name for the show, but it's like really a black man's roundtable of men just expressing of the things that they're going through, and this episode is about fatherhood. So for JG, Stifler Flair, and Marcus, we will see y'all next time. Maybe I'm sure they'll be on on further episodes, but we're going to try to
Switch it up.
Switch it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
definitely.
keep supporting Uprising Network, Audio Wave Network. Listen to Stifler Flair. Google him. Marcus, I'm sure he got some projects coming up if he finally get out of the house. And thanks for watching.